Hello, I'm Lori Kirkendall. This video on sex education in New Jersey is sponsored by the New Jersey Family Policy Center. Our goal with the information presented here is to equip parents and policymakers with a greater understanding of the concerns regarding New Jersey's new health and sex education standards and to provide a clear strategy to advocate for a positive alternative protecting children from harmful messages, pressure, and misinformation. I have spent nearly 30 years in health education and in the promotion of sound sex education for students, parents, educators, and policymakers. My commitment, and that of New Jersey Family Policy Center, is to protect the current and future health of today's young people. By health, I mean what we call optimal health, or physical, mental, emotional, social, and spiritual health. Certainly, an important part of helping them grow well is the information they receive at school on sensitive topics like human sexuality. But an even more important part is the information they receive at home and the loving guidance and support of engaged parents, helping them navigate the challenging years of puberty and adolescence. To get us started, I'd like to present the two contrasting approaches to sex education. Let's compare their focus and content to give us a framework for our discussion. There is a lot of complexity, confusion, and controversy around sex education, and there has been for decades. It's helpful to start with defining the terms and the issues around which the debates usually focus. At the top of this chart, you'll see comprehensive sex education, the term widely used for progressive sex education and in the New Jersey standards. We also refer to it as sexual risk reduction, showing the contrast with what is called sexual risk avoidance and is also known as the optimal sexual health approach. Abstinence has been the hot potato word between both approaches. Comprehensive sex ed first led out with an unfounded claim that abstinence doesn't work. But then in a rebranding move, the term abstinence plus was created for their approach. Doesn't that sound good? Well, abstinence-based is used by both sides, and then usually abstinence-centered or abstinence-focused refer to an SRA approach. I place abstinence only in parentheses, as this is a limiting term that refers to just say no programs that don't provide the broader information and skills that true SRA programs do. Let's contrast the two approaches. CSE focuses on reducing risks and safer sex. SRA focuses on avoiding risks and keeping students safe. Most CSE professionals agree on this terminology and have moved away from the term of safe sex. I read about a session presented at Ramapo College on demystifying sex ed in New Jersey. One speaker described how the new standards are necessary for ensuring everyone who is sexually active knows how to be safe, and that both LGBTQ+ and heterosexual students deserve to learn how to practice anal sex safely. Those are not professional nor accurate health statements. CSE presents a dual message, guiding students to choose abstinence, which in their words can mean different things to different people, or to consensual sexual activity with contraception youth, which they promote as two choices, being equally healthy. In the SRA approach, there's a clear directive message based on CDC guidance that promotes the delaying of all sexual activity until a long-term mutually monogamous relationship, which is ideally seen as committed marriage. CSE espouses they are a rights-based and pleasure-based approach, referring to the reproductive system as the sexual response system. In SRA is a science-based and health-based approach, looking at human growth and development and reproduction. CSE advocates for the use of contraception, often emphasizing effectiveness and minimizing ineffectiveness. SRA educates about contraception, giving medically accurate information about both the effectiveness and ineffectiveness or risks using human use reality rates and side effects. CSE teaches consent and negotiation skills for sexual activity. Consent means affirmative agreement and moves toward sexual activity. SRA instead upholds refusal and resistance skills for avoiding sexual activity. A concerning 2019 law requires consent education in New Jersey middle and high schools. CSE characterizes sexually transmitted infections or STIs as normal and common. SRA presents STIs or STDs, diseases, as serious health concerns that can and should be avoided. CSE presents instruction segmented for students with different sexual orientation and gender identity, and SRA provides risk avoidance for all students. We promote optimal health for all children. And lastly, CSE presents abortion as a safe and reproductive health care choice and as a right. When abortion is talked about in SRA, it is presented with regards to state laws and the physical and emotional risks while emphasizing parenting and adoption. I hope this is helpful as we look closer in the next 2 videos at the concerning New Jersey sex education standards and present positive steps you can take for your children and the community. For more information, please contact New Jersey Family Policy Center at njfpc.org. Thank you.